Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, I'm going to be walking you through lead generation in 2024 in Google Ads and really how to generate more leads and more high quality leads for your own personal business. Here at Tradesman Digital Marketing, this is all we do. We only do lead generation. We don't do e-commerce. We don't do YouTube ads. We don't do Facebook ads. We do lead generation. We're really good at it. We've been in business for a long time now, 4+ years going on it. And I'm really excited to make this video as it's just everything we do on a daily basis, and I'm gonna share insights with you on how we think, what we go after, and really the cutting edge of what is going on right now in Google Ads and how to generate, again, more leads for your business and really get better results overall. Because a lot of people with Google Ads, they optimize for e-commerce and they don't have a separate strategy for lead generation. And really those two things are very different. In e-commerce, a sale is a sale. It doesn't matter what keyword it comes from. As long as you get the paycheck at the end of the day, the person bought, no one cares. But with lead generation, normally you don't have all that data. Normally the account isn't hooked up to a CRM and you don't know exactly where the sale is coming from. So you need to figure out how do we actually optimize without all the data and actually make sure we're getting high quality leads despite not having all the information. So it's a very big difference. And right now there's a whole bunch of things I'm going to talk to you about on how to actually optimize all this stuff and make sure your account is going very, very well. Now, first off, I do want to mention and make sure we're on the same page that a lead in today's society is someone who's interested in your product or service. You would be surprised how many people think leads are sales, and those two things are very different. A sale is when someone buys from you. A lead is someone who's interested in your product or service. Those two things are very different. Normally 15 to 35% of leads will convert into sales, not 90%. I've had people in the past say I close 90% of all my leads. Normally they're referring to referrals. They've never done advertising before and they don't know what they're talking about. We don't work with those people as it's just a big pain. If you've never done advertising before, it's going to be a shock to you how little people actually convert as opposed to referrals. Referrals close at an astronomical rate, and they're awesome, and most people love referrals. However, we don't always have an infinite treadmill of referral leads coming in, so you have to use advertising. Now, when it comes to lead types and what types of leads are the best, there's a few things to consider. One is how quickly they get in contact with you, and two is normally the most important part, which is the actual closing rate, which is super, super important because you want to make a sale. You don't want to just talk to this person and waste time. Now, a lot of accounts I see will optimize for things that don't matter as much. Sometimes they do matter. I'm not saying in all situations are garbage, but a lot of the times I'll see Performance Max campaigns looking like they're getting fantastic results. They're generating leads for like $8. And then you go in and see what the actual leads they're targeting are, and it's location extension, so people clicking on the location, people who are just doing site views. I've seen accounts set up improperly, so every view counts as a actual conversion. This is just stuff that is for most businesses completely useless and you don't want to be doing. You're just wasting money here. It's very hard to track location extensions. It's very hard to track even like AI chatbot conversations. So like, did that person convert? Did they not? It's very, very difficult to do is my point here. Normally what you want to optimize for is two things: phone calls and form submissions on your website. Normally a form submission, name, phone number, email address, maybe a little message below. That gives a pretty good indicator that the person's interested in buy from you, and then you can email them back or call them. The other one is just a straight phone call. I love phone calls. Most businesses absolutely love phone calls. You can pick up the phone, talk to the actual prospect, see what they want right away. Maybe they close, maybe they don't close, but you know right away. You don't got to keep playing email tag, going back and forth. It's really, really amazing. And if you look up all the statistics around phone calls, normally they are going to be your best asset when it comes to the actual types of leads you're looking at. So we want to optimize for as many phone calls and form submissions as possible. Now, what types of campaigns should we actually consider? And in the previous video I did on lead generation, I mentioned two campaigns in particular: the call campaign, the search campaign. But now there's a third campaign, and that's the Performance Max campaign. I'm going to tell you in a second why this is now viable, and it's only viable in certain situations, so bear with me. The first two are my favorite. We still use them to this day. They're absolutely amazing. However, they have to be done properly. If they're not done properly, you're going to see poor results. They do take a little bit of time to set up. Call campaigns are absolutely amazing. I'm going to show you exactly what a call campaign ad looks like. It looks like this. Very, very simple, very easy. Essentially, the person clicks on the ad inside Google Ads and then they directly call you. Very simple, very easy to do. Call campaigns are super simple to set up. I have an entire tutorial on how to do them on my YouTube channel. I'll link it up above. We also have a course on it. Like these are amazing ads. However, there is one minor downside to this. And that is, one, if you don't have a sales team, call ads are going to be a waste of time for the most part. And two, the main drawback with call campaigns, at least inside of Google Ads, is you can only target phone devices, or mobile devices, I should say. And this really hurts you if you don't have enough search volume. So say you're targeting an industry like pool installation and you're only getting like 1,000 impressions a month on a normal search campaign. If you are doing only call ads, you don't get any views from desktop devices and you don't get any views from tablet devices. So the only views and clicks you're going to be able to get and calls are from actual cell phones, which is a massive drawback if you don't have that search volume, and it's going to make optimization and actual getting calls really slow. However, if there's enough search volume and the actual cost per click isn't crazy, they're very simple to set up. And I'm a big fan of call ads. They're super simple, super easy, and really get straight to the point. It bypasses all the landing pages. It bypasses all your websites. They're absolutely amazing, provided you have that search volume and you have enough budget to actually optimize these for 60 to 90 days. And they are by far, in my opinion, the most easy ads to actually do inside Google Ads. They're very easy to understand. Did this lead to a call? Did it not lead to a call? As opposed to figuring out, okay, what's the customer buying journey on our display ads? We got to remarket to them. We got to then figure out how to send them to a landing page, yada. Very complex. Call ads, super simple, and I love using them, especially in combination with our next campaign, which is the normal search campaign. Search campaigns definitely do take more time than the regular call campaign. However, the ad is much greater in size. This is going to be an example of an actual search ad. Normally you can have an even bigger ad, so you can have more site link extensions below here. You can have extensions regarding the actual site link, structured snippet, location, phone call extensions. These ads can be absolutely massive and take over the vast majority of your Google search, which is fantastic if you want to get clicks and impressions, and really they are an amazing way to advertise. That being said, they do take longer than call ads. You do have to set up the extensions. You do have to set up the actual conversion tracking properly. So you have to make sure you're tracking form submissions and phone calls on your website and also in the actual Google extension as well. They do tend to perform better in our experience than call ads just because you have a bigger ad. Normally you have more ways to capitalize it. People are going to your landing page, they can fill out a form, they can call you. There's more ways to get in contact with you. They generally convert higher than a call only ad. However, again, the trade-off is time, making sure you have the landing page set up, making sure you're A/B testing that, making sure you have these massive ads set up and you're A/B testing those. That being said, still a fantastic way to go. And the benefit of both of these campaigns, call ads and search campaigns, is you can target search terms, which is not available for most other campaigns. YouTube, display, all these other types, even Performance Max to a great extension, doesn't give you the option as much. And they can target a little bit, but not to the same extent as a normal search campaign or call only campaign. And what I mean by this is essentially, as you see up here, it says social media marketing. You can target that exact keyword and make sure your ad pops up below it for a call only campaign and a search campaign. You can't do that for other types of campaigns, and this makes it very difficult to really zone in on those high buying intent keywords and making sure the person on the other side of the screen actually wants to buy your product. Because if you just put in plumbing as an audience setting, like in display ads, people may be looking for plumbing DIY tips and tricks. People may be looking for companies to hire, all this stuff. But with call and search campaigns, you can actually get rid of all of that and just go for people who are interested in your services and are typing in, local plumbers near me, I have a break in my house or something like that. So that's really the benefit here, and you can get amazing results from these two campaigns very quickly, I might add. Also, one thing I did want to mention is we have a complete tutorial on how to set up search campaigns as well. I'll put the link for that up above. Now, the third campaign, and this is going to be a big update from the previous video I did, and I'm going to recommend the Performance Max campaign here under one circumstance, and that is if you have proper data feedback. Recently, there's been a lot of changes in Google Ads, and now it's a lot easier to integrate your CRM. And a lot of CRMs are actually integrating themselves into Google Ads, or trying to. Salesforce has done this. Zoho has done this. There's a lot of CRMs. And by the way, if you don't know what a CRM is, it's essentially just a long list of all of your customers, and it counts whether or not they converted and if you've reached out to them, and it just provides all that data. The nice thing about this is if you can actually integrate this into Google Ads is you get a whole bunch of data feedback. So you can tell Google, this person clicked, they went into our CRM, they generated as a lead, and then if that person closes into a sale, you can mark them as a sale, and then that data goes back into Google Ads, and Google can then optimize with this, and you know exactly who you sold to and exactly who you didn't. So Google Ads can drastically reduce your cost per lead. Now, with Performance Max, you don't have the same amount of control, like I said earlier, as a call-only campaign or a search campaign. However, if you have the CRM set up properly, this is a massive boost. And what I would recommend doing is running two things. One, CallRail, or some type of call tracking service. That way you can track all of your calls. And some CRMs even import all that stuff and will funnel it back into Google Ads for you, which is really nice. And it can tell you what calls closed and what calls didn't. And the second one is make sure your form submissions are going into your actual CRM as well and funneling that data back in. With this setup, Performance Max has so much more reach. By the way, this is what a Performance Max campaign looks like if I didn't tell you. It targets search ads, display ads, discover ads. There's just so many. It targets essentially everything. The issue is you don't have as much control. With the CRM setup, with everything set up, the Performance Max becomes a lot more viable for service-based businesses, provided you have it all set up properly. Now, where do we go with this with the CRM, and what would I recommend doing? Because I've been asked this time and time again. Salesforce is a great CRM. It essentially covers everything. It will import the data back into Google Ads. I really like that. If you're using a CRM that doesn't integrate well with Google Ads, you could use a third-party program called Zapier. Essentially, it acts as an in-between for Google Ads and your CRM. It just says, hey, I'll take the actual data, give it to the CRM, and then feed it back into Google Ads later. So that makes your campaign a lot more viable. Now, that being said, I do want to recommend something to you guys, and that is to actually optimize these campaigns. We have a complete Google Ads optimization checklist. It's completely free, and the link for it is down below. It goes over everything on a weekly, monthly, 3-month basis, and it also allows you to jot down your results, which is great for seeing progress month over month. And like I said, completely free, and I'm prone to forgetting things, so I really like having the checklist just to make sure I actually optimize these campaigns, making sure that we're going through A/B testing the ads, making sure the landing pages are getting A/B tested. All this stuff is just so nice to see, and then you can see all the progress month over month on the actual cost per lead, the cost per phone call, all that stuff. Absolutely fantastic. Now, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns about lead generation, leave a comment down below. I will do my best to get back to you. There's been a lot of comments lately, so it might take me a day or two to get back to you. Other than that, you guys have a wonderful day and take care.